Good afternoon, all present here. Myself, Parth Dharod. I'm extremely delighted to be the host for the noon and address you all. Before we carry on with the event, I would give my regards and appreciation to all the people who made this occasion a reality and this event successful. This could not have been possible without the sheer cooperation of you all. We all are a part of this institution due to our shared passion, and for the vision of the institution, our passion unites us and our hard work strengthens the institution. On that note, I would like to welcome our Honorable In Charge Principal of D.G Ruparel College, Dr. Dilip Maske, our Honorable Vice Principal of Degree College, Dr. Nidhi Kewat, Vice Principal of Junior College, Ms. Sapna Zulekar, our Honorable Supervisor of Junior College, Mrs. Gohil, and our Honorable Political Science Teacher, Mr. Prathamesh Kudalkar. Now, without any further delay, I would like to start with the event. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Honorable members, a very good afternoon to all of you. I welcome you all to the second National Youth Parliament session, and I hope this session will be fruitful. We begin today's session with the oath or affirmation of our newly elected members. Secretary General, please.
Srimati Nidhi Kewat, who stands elected from the South Mumbai constituency of Maharashtra, will now take the affirmation or oath. Srimati Nidhi Kewat. Madam, you want to take the oath? In this time, would you like to take the oath? मैं निधि केवट जो युवा सांसद लोकसभा की गद्दी से निर्वाचित हुई, ईश्वर की शपथ लेती हूँ कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान की तरफ श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगी, देश की प्रभुत्ता और एकता बनाए रखूंगी तथा जिस पद को ग्रहण करने वाली हूँ उसके कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक निर्वाह करूंगी। श्रीमती Srushti lakhan, who stands elected from Srinagar constituency of Jammu and Kashmir, will now take oath for a free oath. This time we would like to take oath. I.
Loudly.
Srushti lakhan.
के इस वर्ष में हमने कई बड़ी हस्तियों को खो दिया है। उनमें से एक बहुत बड़ी हस्ती है उद्योगपति साइरस पालोनजी मिस्त्री की। साइरस मिस्त्री जी जो जिन्होंने टाटा ग्रुप का कार्यभार संभाला था 2012 से लेकर 2016 तक चेयरमैन के रूप में, हमारे देश के एक बहुत बड़े उद्योगपति थे। 2013 की एक रिपोर्ट के अनुसार साइरस जी न केवल इंडिया के बल्कि ब्रिटेन के भी सबसे ज़्यादा अहम उद्योगपति थे। दुर्भाग्यवश 4 सितंबर 2022 को हमने उन्हें खो दिया। हमारी संवेदनाएं उनके और उनके परिवार के साथ है। धन्यवाद।
अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं आपके एवं सदन के नेता द्वारा अर्पित की गई श्रद्धांजलि में स्वयं को सहयोजित करती हूँ। दिवंगत उद्योगपति साइरस मिस्त्री का जन्म 4 जुलाई 1968 में हुआ था। वो टाटा समूह में 2006 से 2016 तक कार्यरत थे। द इकोनॉमिस्ट में भारत और ब्रिटेन दोनों में सबसे महत्वपूर्ण उद्योगपति के रूप में उन्हें वर्णित किया गया था। 4 सितंबर 2022 को महाराष्ट्र के पालघर जिले में एक दुर्घटना में उनका दुखद निधन हो गया। इनके निधन से उद्योग जगत को बहुत बड़ी क्षति पहुंची है। मैं दिवंगत के शोक संतप्त परिजनों के प्रति अपनी हार्दिक संवेदना प्रकट करती हूँ।
अब मैं सबसे गुजारिश करता हूँ कि वे खड़े हो जाएं और हम सब 2 मिनट के लिए साइरस मिस्त्री जी के लिए याद से मौन रखें। धन्यवाद। प्रधानमंत्री नए मंत्रियों का परिचय करेंगे।
अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं आपके माध्यम से मंत्रिमंडल के नए सदस्यों का सदन में परिचय करना चाहूंगी। दिया कालनड जी जो हमारी संचार मंत्री है, और अदिति ताम्हनकर जी जो हमारी शिक्षा मंत्री है।
Now the question are commences. Question number 501, Manya Sujat.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for letting me the opportunity to speak. I would like to ask the question to the Ministry of Communications, Ms. Diya Kalnad. The 5G scheme, which was launched under the supervision of the Department of Telecommunications, first brought by our Prime Minister on 1st October 2022, to increase the speed of our networks across India and to provide better services. As we all know, the initiative has been taken by Bharti Airtel and Reliance Jio to provide the services for 5G to all the citizens in India. My question to you is, during the spectrum auction for 5G, who were the participants, or were there only 2 for the spectrum? Second, what are the criteria to decide the final award of the spectrum? What was expected revenue from the state and what was the actual revenue received? Then, what is the rollout plans for 5G and how it will be implemented? And lastly, my question is, what will be the effects of this frequency of networks to other communication services such as Air Force, ATC, etc.? What will be your approach on this matter? Thank you.
Honorable Minister of Communications, आपको क्वेश्चन अच्छे से समझ में आ गया है?
जी हाँ। Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to answer Ms. Manya Sujat. For the first question, I would like to answer, no, there weren't only 2 participants. There were in all 4 participants, which were Reliance Jio, Airtel, Vodafone Idea, and Aditi. About the criteria, there was no such criteria for the spectrum because it was dependent on the simple bidding system. Whoever bids the most takes the most of the spectrum auction. As Reliance Jio bid the most, which is 88,078 crore rupees, and followed by Airtel, Vodafone and Idea, and the Aditi. For your third question, the expected revenue was from rupees 1 to 1 lakh crore rupees, and the revenue which was actually received was rupees 1.5 lakh crore rupees, which states that India had a very good spectrum auction. For your fourth question, which is 5G will roll out in 20 to 25 cities in the first place, and initially will be available in a handful of cities. It is given to the personal telecom network services to be implemented by the own. Lastly, for your question, I would like to answer that India won't face any problem due to the 5G services because we have conducted the trials and we have made sure that there is no problem to the aircrafts or any human beings or birds. This problem was faced in US. So, especially in the older aircraft, the altimeter frequency is close to 1 being used to render 5G services. But the frequencies used by altimeters in India is far away from the frequencies designated for the 5G services. Thus, the problem of interference won't ever affect us, and India can enjoy use of 5G freely. Also, to mention that 5G in India is cheaper than the whole global market. Lastly, I would like to say, Ministry of Telecom will always be there when your technology needs a repair. Thank you so much.
Moving ahead with question number 502, Ankeeta Yadav.
I would like to thank Honorable Speaker for giving me a chance to ask my question. My question goes to Ministry of Coal and Mines, Bhumika Jekte. What aids are taken to prevent coal shortage which is recurring in India or Maharashtra?
Honorable Minister of Coal and Mines.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for giving me an opportunity to answer the question put forth by the member of opposition. The answer to this question is the coal shortage in Maharashtra was due to lack of rains. We require 47 rains per day while we only get 26 rains. Each rain can transport up to 4,000 metric tons of coal. However, the centre has allowed the state to use its captive coal reserves to meet up to 25% of growing domestic demand. And talking about the statistical data, then the coal supply to Maharashtra was 2.14% tons per day, which increased to 2.76 lakh tons per day in the month of April. The thermal power plant of Maharashtra.
अरे फाइलों से बाहर आइए, फाइलों से बाहर।
पहले बात तो पूरी सुन लीजिए।
पर फाइलों से बाहर तो आइए पहले।
समस्या सुलझ गई है, उस पे प्रश्न न खड़े कीजिए।
हाउस के सारे मेंबर्स से निवेदन है कि वो हाउस की मर्यादा को बनाए रखें। Honorable Minister of Coal and Mines, please continue.
Thank you, Speaker. The thermal power plant of Maharashtra was supplied 70.77 million tons of coal in the financial year 2022. I repeat, the state has the thermal power plant of Maharashtra was supplied 17.77 million of tons of coal in financial year 2022. The ministry in March 2022, coal supply to the power plants of Maharashtra was 2.14 lakh tons per day. The state stepped up to 2.76 lakhs. I repeat, 2.76 lakh tons of coal in the month of April. However, the centre has also allowed the generating companies to blend the imported coal to ease the burden on Coal India Limited. So, therefore, the question is that we have sought the measure, the shortage of coal, and therefore the situation in the state is stable. There is no interruption in the working of thermal power plants in Maharashtra. Thank you.
Please just don't go around the numbers.
Just go in Maharashtra and see whether there is a coal shortage or not. The problem has been solved.
Please just don't confuse the house.
No one is confusing the
Okay,
house.
we will be moving ahead with the next question, that is question number 503 by Vaishnavi Patil.
अध्यक्ष महोदय, मला प्रश्न विचारायची संधी दिल्याबद्दल धन्यवाद. तर माझा प्रश्न गृह मंत्रालय यांस आहे. मराठी भाषेला अभिजात भाषेचा दर्जा द्यावा, त्यासाठी सातत्याने महाराष्ट्र सरकार प्रयत्न करत आहे. साहित्य अकादमीने 5 फेब्रुवारी 7 वर्षापूर्वी ही शिफारस केली होती. आजपर्यंत तमिळ, संस्कृत, तेलुगू, कन्नड, मल्याळम, उडिया या 6 भाषांना हा दर्जा दिला आहे. भाषेसाठी राज्य 15 ते 20 कोटी रुपयांच्या आसपास खर्च करते. केंद्र सरकारने भाषेसाठी राज्य 15 ते 20 कोटी रुपयांच्या आसपास खर्च करते. केंद्र सरकारने मराठीसाठी इतर विभागातून अनुदान वर्ग केल्यास ही अट पूर्ण होईल. केंद्राला सर्वाधिक कर महाराष्ट्रातून मिळते, हे लक्षात ठेवणे गरजेचे आहे. त्यातील 21 अधिकृत आहेत. मराठी भाषेला तिच्या प्राचीनतेमुळे, साहित्यामुळे अभिजात दर्जा द्यावा आवश्यक आहे. मराठी भाषा 10व्या स्थानावर आहे. 1.79% म्हणजे सुमारे 9 कोटी 31 लाख लोक मराठी भाषा बोलतात. देशातील 9 राज्ये, 4 केंद्रशासित प्रदेश आहेत आणि 72 देशांमध्ये मराठी भाषिकांची वस्ती आहे. इतरही अनेक देशांमध्ये मराठी भाषा बोलण्याचे प्रमाण वाढत आहे. हे पुरेसे नाही का? मराठी भाषेला अभिजात दर्जा द्यावा याबद्दल सरकार काय विचार करत आहे याचे कृपया करून सरकारने उत्तर द्यावे.
the Sahitya Academy and is moving forward with a positive attitude and under active consideration. It takes time when there is an inter-ministerial discussion and the Ministry of Home, Culture and Education are involved as one of the languages is notified as a national language. There is a lot of work that goes into it, as well as 2 annual awards are given to the scholars of language. A center of excellence for studies in that language is set up.
अध्यक्ष महोदय, मराठीला काही इतिहास नाही आहे का? की कायमवर शिवाजी महाराजांची भाषा असा वेळ लागतोच कसा सरकारला? तुझी भाषा नाही का?
हे नाही बोलत की आम्ही मराठी भाषेला उद्घाटन करण्यासाठी शिवाजी महाराजांची
सारे हाउस मेंबर्स से रिक्वेस्ट है कि वो हाउस की मर्यादा को बनाए रखें। मिनिस्टर ऑफ होम अफेयर्स प्लीज आंसर।
Therefore, we are trying our level best to give it the status of it deserves. Thank you.
Okay, we shall now move ahead to question number 504, which is asked by Dhruv Kunde.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Honorable Speaker for letting me ask this question. I would like to address the question to the Minister of Education. In the year 1995, a scheme was introduced to reduce malnutrition among children. This scheme was named as Midday Meal Scheme. Later, in September 2021, this scheme was renamed as Pradhan Mantri Poshan Shakti Nirman, or the PM Poshan Scheme. This initiative of the ruling party is highly appreciated. But Honorable Speaker, the government did not look into the minors of the scheme. A video showed plain chapatis being served with salt in school. Another video revealed milk was mixed with water so that it would suffice for more than 80 children present that day in the school. But this crossed the limit. In Tamil Nadu, rotten eggs with worms were found in school lunch. The cherry on the cake is that India's rank in the Global Hunger Index was 107 out of 121. Is this the ignorance of the government and the ministry? What steps are taken to overcome the filthy reputation of India? Thank you.
Honorable Minister of Education, please answer the question.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity. I would like to address this to the House that rename and restructure scheme, that is being different scheme, is launched to overcome mishaps and shortcomings that have happened in the implementation of the scheme, focusing not only on the quality of the food but also on the nutritional aspects. For the concern of the nutrition of the children, a nutrition expert is to be appointed in each school whose responsibility is to ensure that the health aspects like BMI, weight and hemoglobin levels are addressed. The government has adopted and elaborated monitoring mechanisms to monitor the regularity, both fitness and cleanliness in cooking and serving of the meal. Not only this, but to ensure that the quality of the food won't be compromised, the government has also increased the provided funds. Apart from this, district-wise audits have been made mandatory under the scheme for greater accountability. I would firmly say that the government is solely concerned about the good health of the children, and we are truthful to our duty of ensuring their safety. Thank you.
But where is the development? दिखनो नहीं रहा हमें कुछ.
आप पहले अपडेटेड रहिए. हमने जो गलतियां हुई है वो गलती सुधारने की कोशिश की है.
वो हाउस में मर्यादा को बनाए रखें. Mr. Dhruv Kunde, do you have a follow-up question?
Honorable Speaker, I don't have any follow-up question. Thank you.
Okay, we shall now move ahead to the next question, that is question number 505, which is asked by Ms. Rishita Jha.
Honorable Speaker, I am grateful to have this privilege of putting forth my concern in the House. My question is addressed to Ministry of Women and Child Development to Ms. Prerna Mohite. National Commission for Protection of Child Rights under the Women and Child Development Ministry recently framed a methodology for a family-centric approach to counter child trafficking for the first time. Along with a letter sent by Union Home Ministry to the state to enforce the measures, the body has also listed hotspots in the country that have reported highest instances of child trafficking as well as measures to prevent it. Yet we see children begging and sleeping in filthy conditions in the daily locals.
My question put forth in this house is why aren't the measures taken by the ministry showing any evident or distinct response yet? And also, are there any steps taken for to propagate the following idea among the local communities so as to get an additional support from the public end as well? Thank you.
Honorable Minister of Women and Child Development.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I am very obliged to answer this question. It should be recognized that the government is trying its best and wants to reach every household and to look into every house and family. It wants to reach out to families in distress proactively so that they don't feel compelled to indulge in any form of criminal act. Child trafficking is more than a law and order issue. The NCPCR has also given broad indicators for identifying children at risk through status of enrollment in school or Anganwadi. Children who are orphans and are living with their extended families or are victims of life-threatening diseases, victims of abuse, those with disability in family, transgender children, or living with relatives or family members, already migrated or settled in cities. Children living in households known for material discord, abuse or alcoholism, and use and who are victims of substance use or have history of running away from home are also being mapped. A central database is prepared with details of all those who have been accused of being part of child trafficking activities in the past 20 years. Thank you.
Please just don't sit in your royal cars. Travel by the local trains, people, small children are begging.
No further children days. We aren't able to see the improvements done by the ministry and hence we are questioning the government.
You should come out and you should see what is happening. It is not easy to track every single child. We are trying to see but cannot see. No. There is no improvement at all.
Please maintain The Minister of Women and Child Development is requested to please sum up the answer that you gave because they seem not to be satisfied with the answer.
Honorable Speaker, may I speak? I would like to answer on behalf of the Ministry. As we all know that children who are transgenders, who are in the families that abuse them, they have already moved to the different households or have been moved to different cities. So this doesn't mean that we are only working for the children that are on roads. This doesn't mean that we should neglect the children who are being abused in homes. We should look at each and every household and each and every child. So it isn't easy to look at every child in a single day. And Rome wasn't built in a day. So you should know that we are making and trying our best to do what it is. Thank you.
We now move ahead with question number 506, which is asked by Anuja Genurkar.
First of all, thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. My question is addressed to the Ministry of Environment and Forest. What precautions and preventive measures are taken to improve the AQI of Maharashtra?
Honorable Minister of Environment and Forest Department.
I'm expressing great gratitude and thankful and what is the chance to answer this question. Honorable Speaker and honorable members of the House, the Air Quality Index or the AQI is used for reporting daily air quality to the public on the basis of averages of all pollutant concentrations measured in given time. Air pollution is indeed a serious environmental issue in India and, as she mentioned, in Maharashtra as well. The major factors that contribute to the pollution are waste burning, followed by transport emissions, industrial emissions, diesel generators, waste power plants, and domestic cooking. The measures that have been taken to improve the environmental conditions in the state are, firstly, as we all know, the conventional way of burning crop residue used by farmers is a major factor comes under waste burning. It should change. We have introduced a machine called the Happy Seeder, which converts agricultural residue into fertilizers. Secondly, to reduce the contribution of transport sector, we have introduced electric public transport buses, and we have gathered excellent public responses. And lastly, we've been striving to locate more and more of solar, wind, nuclear, tidal and hydropower plants in various rural regions of Maharashtra and thus promote renewable energy overall. Thank you.
Does the opposition have a follow-up question for the ministry?
No, Honorable Speaker, no follow-up.
Okay. We should now move ahead to question number 507, which is asked by Parth Dharod. I would like to thank Honorable Speaker for giving me an opportunity to ask this question. This question goes to the Defence Minister, Mr. Soham Joshi. The Agnipath scheme, which was launched on 14 June 2022, is associated with the selection of 25% of military aspirants. Over the course of 4 years, these aspirants will be paid rupees 11.71 lakh rupees in the age group of 17.5 to 23 years from the Nidhi Seva scheme. However, this scheme has resulted in violent protests. People claim that this is a temporary job and that there will be difficulty in finding jobs for the 75% who don't succeed in this scheme. So what about the 75% who don't succeed in this scheme? And moreover, the Gorkha regiment from Nepal have been being recruited since India's independence. The Agnipath scheme selecting only 25% of the soldiers is likely to be an obstacle between the relations of India and Nepal. So what about the relations of India and Nepal? Thank you.
Honorable Minister of Defence. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. First of all, I would like to answer my extraordinary opposition that the Agnipath scheme tenure is of 4 years. The recruitment will take place in 3 sectors of military. After that, the age criteria of it is 17.2 to 23. So they will recruit below the commissioned officer. Now, the 25 out of 75% of people will be recruited. The thing is that they will be trained as a soldier. So they need to be physically and mentally fit. That's the reason the 75% of the people will be rejected because of some of the issues. Now, as it's a temporary job, as you said, but the government has made certain provisions for the Agnipath scheme, like they will be given the salary of 30,000 per month. Second thing, or if something happens or he or she dies, they will get insurance cover of 1 CR, 1 crore. And if they will get disabled due to some accidents, they will get ex gratia of 44 lakh rupees. So after their tenure get over, they will get a lump sum amount of 11 lakh rupees. As the government will also recruit the 25% of the Agniveers for the permanent job, and then the government will also provide an opportunity to apply for NDA, NEET and IIT sectors through military. In short, this Agnipath scheme is mainly for youth with a skilled, experiencing job which gives a new angle to life and teach self-discipline and self-governance. Now, regarding the Nepalese recruitment under Agnipath scheme, the discussion is still going on with Nepali government, and we wish the same thing as you wish. So we are trying our best to achieve it. Thank you very much.
Don't you think 30,000 is very less for our jawans? Thank you.
See, as there are many provisions, the lump sum amount will also be provided after the tenure, and that's the reason. Then the government is giving the 30,000 of salary. So you decide what to do. And if you want to, please come here. We welcome you.
Members of the House are requested to please maintain the decorum. We now move ahead with question number 508, which is asked by Dhanashree Humbardekar.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to ask my question. I would like to ask my question to the Ministry of Waterways, Ports and Shipping. So recently, that is 1 year ago, approximately 3,000 kilograms of drug was seized at the Mundra port located in Gujarat. Now the point to be noted is, this Mundra port is a private port. It is private company which is Adani. So, if a private company wants to earn its profit, don't you think it will support such illegal trade and it will earn its profit? So my first question is that what steps will you take to increase your security checks in such privatized ports in which the government's powers are less? And sub-question to that is, according to Deccan Chronicle, by the way, this is a ground report. So according to Deccan Chronicle, around 24 tons of drugs was distributed in the country without the government knowing. There was no security checks from these privatized ports. So such businesses are running behind our eyes and we don't even know. The media doesn't even show. So my follow-up question to this is, who is accountable for such situation which is happening? Is it the Ministry of Ports, Shipping, Waterways? Is it DRI? Is it Customs? Or is it that private company who says that it is not our accountability? So that's my question.
At least इसमें तो relevant जवाब दो.
Honorable Minister of Port, Shipping and Waterways, please answer the question.
Good afternoon, Mr. Speaker.
I would be glad to answer the question by Mr. So first of all, India has a vast coastline which makes it an easy target for maritime drug trafficking. 70% of import drugs that come into India through container traffic across all ports. India is sandwiched between the world's two largest illicit opium cultivation regions, and Afghan opium stocks are at an all-time high, which makes India an even more dangerous place for drug abuse. To stop this drug trafficking, the government is very careful on the selection of the officials who are coming into the agencies like the NCB. The officials are trained with the knowledge and skills to prevent, investigate, and disrupt drug trafficking. Now, for instance, in states like Assam, an example is being set by catching the ones who are involved. With money drug trafficking increasing, the government is already thinking of scanning all the containers which are coming in and out of ports, even private ports. And it's a massive task with high cost involved, but practices from across the world are being adopted. The NCB is also needing its narco pool to help states and ports. Apart from several drug seizures at an Indian port last year, last September, Indian anti-smuggling intelligence officials seized nearly 3 tons of heroin, reportedly worth around $2.7 million, in a major seizure at a port in Gujarat. The officials said the two containers had arrived at Mundra port from Kandahar, Afghanistan, via Baghdad, Abbas in Iran. Now, the Mundra drug haul by the DRI was a result of the use of data analytics, where threat perception analysis was done through machine learning and artificial intelligence. So the government is doing everything possible to disrupt drug trafficking and might even look into the strictness of the NDPS Act. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I just want to know who is accountable for such illegal supply of drugs. The accountability, who are you blaming? That who is it? Is it the private companies? Is it you? Is it Customs? Is it DRI? Is it the Home Ministry?
जवाब दो.
Well, we are doing everything we can to stop it, but then they are private ports and we don't have much control over them.
Sir, can I have a follow-up question? So, according to the government of India, their gazette, it says that in private ports, government is accountable for checking all the containers, what are in that. The private companies only seize the ports.
Well, we did that, so that's why there was a drop.
Just listen to my question. So, my question to you is, why is the government putting the accountability on the private company? Why aren't you taking the blame on yourself? That's my question. Thank you,
Well, we are already, as I said, that we are already doing everything we can to stop it. But then India's coastline is very vast and we can't always.
देखो करोगे पर करते नहीं कभी.
करने के बाद आपको पता थोड़ी ना चलता है.
पता चलता है.
पता चलेगा.
झूठ मत बोलो.
All the members are requested to please maintain the decorum.
Thank you, Mr.
Take some
some serious action towards that. We now move ahead to the next question, which is question number 509.
Honorable Speaker, I feel obliged to get this opportunity to put forth my word in the House. I would like to address this question to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The Home Secretary of UK, Suella Braverman, made shocking and disrespectful remarks on the open borders offered to India as a part of FTA, Free Trade Agreement. The Indian origin Home Secretary said in an interview that she feared a trade deal with India would increase migration to the UK when Indians already represented the largest group of visa overstayed. With Rishi Sunak becoming the new PM of UK and Suella Braverman returning as the Home Secretary in the Cabinet, how will you ensure a favourable and fruitful trade deal between the two countries? And keeping in mind the immigration of our people, how would you protect their interest? Are you ready to compromise the welfare of our people?
Foreign Affairs. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me a chance to keep my words in this Parliament. First of all, I would like to congratulate Mr. Rishi Sunak, who has been elected as the new Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Now let's head towards the question. I would like to mention that the question is already being answered by the spokesperson of the Ministry of External Affairs, but it seems that the proposition is not updated, so I would like to re-answer. The statement given by Swara Pingulkar was quite unexpected and disrespectful, and the statement affected the FTA which was going to be signed between India and the UK, as it was going to be signed in the month of October, but it is still kept on the hold, as we cannot compromise with the interest of our people due to the internal problem occurring in the United Kingdom. And there is no need to worry. If the FTA is not signed with the United Kingdom successfully, we have many alternatives to sign the FTA. We have the European Union, France and many other countries who are ready to sign FTA with India. And as a diplomat, I will like to avoid to comment anything on the statement given by the Swara Pingulkar, as it is an internal matter of the United Kingdom. And by respecting the sovereignty of the United Kingdom, I will not like to comment anything on this statement, as United Kingdom is a very civilized country, so I solely have trust on the United Kingdom's Parliament that needful action will be taken on Swara Pingulkar. And now, it's only the opposition of India who thinks that India is not playing a wise role in the foreign affairs. But now India is not what it was before. Now it's the world who needs India more than ever. Whether it's the issue of bringing peace in the dispute of Russia-Ukraine, or whether it's the issue of global hunger or Indo-Pacific, India is always needed. So now India can't be avoided. Thank you.
According to our knowledge, United Kingdom was only the one who ruled our country for 150 years.
So that was the reason they told that we are coming
And
here to
that you are
civilize
saying
India.
that it's civilized
We are coming here to civilize India. So now
are
it's their responsibility of how much civilized that
The opposition is requested to please ask a question in a systematic way. Do you wish to ask a follow-up question?
No.
We now move ahead to the next question, which is question number 510, which is asked by Dhanashree.
धन्यवाद अध्यक्ष महोदय, आपण मला प्रश्न विचारण्याची संधी दिली त्याबद्दल. माझा प्रश्न हा पशुपालन मंत्री यांस आहे. अध्यक्ष महोदय, सतत देश पातळीवर आपल्या देशातील गोवंशाला लंपी आजाराने ग्रासले आहे. तसेच भारतात 15 राज्य व 251 जिल्ह्यात याचा प्रसार अत्यंत वेगाने होतोय. आतापर्यंत 20 लाखांहून जास्त गोवंशाची लागण झालेली आहे आणि 97,000हून जास्त गोवंश लंपी आजाराने मृत्युमुखी पडले. अध्यक्ष महोदय, आपल्या देशात जवळपास 20 कोटी गोवंश आहेत, पण आतापर्यंत फक्त 1,66,00,000 गोवंशाचेच लसीकरण झालेले आहे. म्हणजे एकूण गोवंशाच्या जवळपास 10% लसीकरण झालेले आहे. पण उरलेल्या 90% लसीकरणाचे काय? ते कधीपर्यंत पूर्ण होईल? आज हा रोग जास्तीत जास्त ठिकाणी पसरत असल्याने दुधाचे उत्पादन देखील कमी झाले आहे. त्यामुळे दुधाचे भाव दिवसेंदिवस वाढत आहेत. दुधाचे उत्पादन कमी होत असल्यामुळे दुग्धजन्य पदार्थांवरही याचा प्रभाव पडत आहे. त्यामुळे त्यांचेही भाव गगनाला भिडले. अध्यक्ष महोदय, आपल्या देशात गायीच्या पोटात 33 कोटी देव आहेत अशी धारणा आहे. त्यामुळे ती आपल्या सर्वांना पूजनीय आहे. आजही आपण आपल्या देशात आईनंतर गायीची पूजा करतो. तसेच आपले सरकारही स्वतःला हिंदूचे कैवारी म्हणून घेतात. पण अशा या देशात जर गाय सुरक्षित नसते
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, to giving me this opportunity. As you said, we have authorized a bird box vaccine, and it is at least 97 doses of vaccine has been nearly given to it.
वॅक्सिन देऊन सुद्धा काही देशात गायींना लंपीचा आजार झालेला आहे आणि काही खेडेगावात साधा लसीकरण झाले सुद्धा नाही आहे लसीच पोचलं नाही आहे मग आता काय करायचं
आपण दुधाला कसं पण पिऊ शकतो ज्यांनी इन्फेक्टेड आहे किंवा नाही आपण पिऊ शकतो
जास्त लंपी आजार मृत्यूमुखी पडले यात ते तुमचं म्हणणे आहे
आम्ही प्रिव्हेन्शन घेत आहोत आम्ही लोकांनी वॅक्सिन काढली आहे आम्ही लोकांनी अजून मेजर्स घेत आहोत आम्ही पुढे करतोय तुम्ही अपडेट घ्या ना त्याची
आम्ही अपडेट घेतोच आहे आमच्या अपडेट प्रमाणे काही गावात लंपी होऊन सुद्धा सरकारी अधिकाऱ्यांना ही माहिती तेवढी येत सुद्धा नाही त्या गावात म्हणजे काय म्हणायचं म्हणजे सामान्य शेतकऱ्यांना पैसे नाही त्यांच्याकडे म्हणजे सरकारकडून मदत देतात आणि सरकारनं त्यांना मदत करत नसेल तर त्यांनी काय करायचं
तुम्ही फायलामधून बाहेर या आम्ही अपडेट
ऐकून घ्या जे इन्फेक्टेड असतात किंवा नाही आपण त्याचं दूध पिऊ शकतो एक मिनिट कारण ते नॉन झोटिक डिझीज आहे ते कोणती वेगळी डिझीज नाही की तुम्हाला पण होऊ शकते ती तुम्ही पिऊ शकता त्याच्याने काहीच नाही होणार आणि टाइमली मॅनरमध्ये सगळ्यांना भेटत आहे हळूहळू सगळीकडे पसरत आहे तुम्हाला काही अपडेट घ्यायची गरज आहे तुम्ही घेऊ शकता आणि आम्ही लोक अजून जास्तीत जास्त ते वॅक्सिन येत आहे 97 कोटी आम्ही लोकांनी दिली आहेत आणि 80,000 पेक्षा जास्त आम्ही लोकांनी रिकवर केले ते तुम्ही अपडेट कसा केलं थँक्यू
Now move ahead to question number 511 which is asked by Srushti Jha.
Thank you so much, respected Speaker, for giving me an opportunity for putting my words in the Parliament. In today's hectic world, my question is to the Ministry of Health, to Ms. Aditi Gawde. In today's hectic world, everyone is lagging behind some peace of mind, which directly or indirectly leads to mental illness. Not only teenagers, but people from all age groups suffer from mental illness and mental trauma. The happiness index of India is 136, which is far below than other developing and underdeveloping countries. So my question is, what are the steps you have done for rising or improving the happiness index and to uproot the mental illness from our country? Thank you so much.
Honorable Minister of Health.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. It's my privilege to answer the obvious question posed by Ms. Srushti Jadhav. As health being an aspect of happiness index, Ministry of Health and Family Affairs has the responsibility of the same. We know health and happiness have a strong relation. Various government policies have proved effective on providing good health care. The creation of website has led to easy access to all the information related to government scheme and policies. The National Health Portal of India provides authentic information and of various diseases and dietary services. Various health programs under National Health Mission have remained significant in the areas of health and family affairs. Financial assistance to the poor for medical treatment has been provided. Health melas for basic health checkup at block level, providing clean water facilities as a fundamental need are also initiative taken. Overall vision is to attain the highest possible health and well-being. On COVID-19, India's rank had fallen to 139, but the measures we have taken for the COVID-19, such as 24/7 helpline for psychological support, has raised the happiness index of India as on 136 position. As for the mental health, realizing the impact of the COVID-19 mental health of the people, the government has taken a number of initiatives. Insurance of guidelines and advisories on management of mental health issues, catering to different segments of the society, advocacy to media platforms, online capacity building of health workers, for the further new affordable and accessible mental health facilities under the district mental health program are initiated. Besides the above, government has announced the National Mental Health Program in the budget of 2022-23 to further improve the access of quality mental health. To generate awareness among the masses, mental illness information, education and communication activities are an integral part of NMHP. Thank you.
Does the opposition have follow-up question? Now, let us take up the calling attention. Ms. Ananya Sahani will call the attention of Minister of Rural Department and Minister of Housing and Urban Development.
I would like to thank the respected speaker for letting me speak today. Sir, I beg to call the attention of Minister of Rural Development and Minister of Housing and Urban Development. The population of India living below the poverty line declined from 37 to 22%. At that time, 1 in 5 Indians lived in extreme poverty. This figure was expected to decline to 5% in this year as per the World Poverty Law estimate. However, 80% of the poor India lives in villages. Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Orissa have the poorest areas. 43% of the poor belong to scheduled caste or scheduled tribe categories. Despite the World Poverty Law claims of declining poverty, the pandemic has made all the predictions go wrong. According to the Research Center, there has been a significant decline of almost 32 million middle-class families due to the pandemic. The report also brings light on how the year of pandemic has doubled the number of poor from 59 million to 134 million. What will the government do about this disparity?
Minister of Rural Development, kindly answer the question.
I am giving this opportunity to answer the question by Aditi Thamhankar. India is the biggest democratic country in the world, which has taken immense strides in the last few decades. The disparity of the situation of the poverty in rural development. Broadly, the aims of Ministry of Rural Development are providing opportunity to rural needs, including the women and other vulnerable, including in the below poverty, providing all the livelihood opportunities to those in need, including women. Providing for the enhancement of the livelihood security of the household in rural areas by providing at least 100 days of guaranteed wage employment in every financial year. Provision of all-weather rural connectivities to connected with rural habitations and upgradation of existing roads. Providing basic housing to BPL housing in rural areas. For improvement rural transportation, increased participation of in the development program, these are the cases development was again the agriculture, industry, education, and allied sectors. Therefore, this is not the question. Thank you.
Honorable Minister of Housing and Urban Development, please answer the question.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, to give me the opportunity to answer the question proposed by Ms. Ananya Sahani. A new Pew Research Center's analysis finds that the middle class in India is estimated to have shrunk by 32 million in 2020 as a consequence of the downturn compared with the number it may have reached after the pandemic. This accounts for 60% of the global retreat in the number of people in the middle income tier, defined here as people with incomes of $10.01 to $20 a day. Meanwhile, the number of people who are poor in India with income of $2 or less a day is estimated to have increased by 75 million because of COVID-19 recession. Prior to the pandemic, it was anticipated that 99 million of people in India would belong in the global middle class in 2020. Meanwhile, the number of poor in India is projected to have reached 134 million, more than double the 59 million expected prior to the recession. The poverty rate in India likely rose to 9.7% in the 2020, up sharply from the January 2020 forecast of 4.3%. Most people in India were in the global low-income tier in 2020. Some 1.20 million people in India were expected to be in this tier in 2020 prior to the pandemic, accounting for 30% of the world's low-income
such as food stamps, all help poor and temporarily hard-pressed households make ends meet. The government or the state plays an important role in maintaining peace, law and order within the economy through effective administrative system. The state runs defense, police and court to maintain peace, order both externally and internally. And the role of government is in the distribution of income and wealth and through redistribution of wealth and income. This is taking the wealth and income from some members of the society and transferring it to the other members of that society. Thank you.
It seems the opposition has a follow-up question. You may proceed.
But the ground reality is different. In spite of all their actions, how are hundreds and millions of people still back to poverty?
The Minister of Housing and Urban Development is requested to answer the question.
Government is trying its best to provide what people need. It takes time to make schemes and to implement them. It's not only the financial thing, but all other factors are also important. Please consider them as well. We are trying our best to do what is needed. Thank you.
Now, Ms. Gandhi Sulaki will call the attention of Minister of Agriculture and Minister of Environment and Forest.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me an opportunity for putting forward my concern. The Air Quality Index (AQI) in the national capital fell into the very poor category as the state of Punjab witnessed around 2,067 incidents of early stubble burning. The overall AQI of Delhi stood at 357, that is 304, in the year 2021, while the highest AQI was recorded at Anand Vihar, measuring between 4,455 to 500. Also in the year 2020, the government distributed Pusa biodecomposer for the stubble management free of cost to the farmers. They had said that the stubble burning in neighboring states in October is a major factor behind the high level of air pollution in Delhi, and that the usage of Pusa biodecomposer would help reduce the pollution. However, in the state of Punjab, witnessed around 8,147 incidents of stubble burning from September 15 to October 27 this year. The state also recorded a 20% increase in such incidents in comparison to the number of farm fires in the same period last year, affecting the quality of air in the major parts of Delhi, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. What is the government's stance on this?
The Minister of Agriculture is requested to answer the question.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me an opportunity to put forth my points which Ms. Janvi has raised in the House, which is an important one and is majorly seen in the state of Punjab and Delhi. And the government is trying their best and looking into it since long and have made some schemes in the past, like Happy Seeders, Rotavators, Zero-Till Seed, Green, Ladder, Paddy Straw Choppers, and Free Binder, etc. But they were very expensive and unaffordable to farmers, so this issue was put forward to the central government, and the central government has given had provided us subsidies to the farmers, which was 50 to 80% for the crop residue management machineries. These schemes were rejected by the central government due to several reasons, but finance the main approach was regarded to the role of farmers. The period of September to October, which is a peak time for the farmers, for the burn stubble, with a left over with the rice harvest, so the field for the next rabi crop with the peak. Also at the same time, the festival of Diwali arises, which also creates a lot of air pollution due to crackers. So stubble burning is not only the cause of air pollution. Later in 2022, the Agricultural Research Institute and Delhi and Punjab government have introduced Pusa biodecomposer, which is a micropolymer solution which is sprayed, destroyed or removes the paddy straws in just 15 to 20 days and is very affordable to the farmers. The price is just rupees 30 per acre. I repeat, just rupees 30 per acre. The government is discussing on it to provide it at a minimal cost or if possible at the free of cost. The government has tested on it on 1,935 acres of land of approximately 310 farmers till date. And the result was pretty nice. But as it was being unfortunately introduced in the year 2020, which was a pandemic year, so it was not known to the farmers, the government has decided to start awareness programs and in the areas of northeastern villages and rural, which will reduce the air pollution in Delhi and some other parts of Punjab and Haryana. And I would like the Ministry of Environment and Forest, Ms. Swara Pingulkar, to answer the further question arised by the Janvi Solanki related to pollution.
Minister of Environment and Forest.
Thank you, Vidhi. Honorable Speaker, Ms. Janvi Solanki from the opposition has just now questioned the Indian government's stand on the increasing levels of pollution in Delhi. As she has stated in her question, stubble burning in the state of Punjab is indeed the major cause leading to high pollution levels in Delhi. However, meteorological elements such as flow and direction of the winds are the prime reasons leading to deposition of hazardous gases like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, oxides of sulfur, and black carbon in Delhi's air. So, as these are the natural factors that are involved, there is nothing much we can do. And as for the stubble burning and farm fires dilemma the nation is facing presently, Ms. Vidhi Jadhav, the Minister of Agriculture, has already discussed about it in the House. I strongly second her opinions and decisions regarding the same and have nothing else to add. Now, aside from stubble burning, secondary but equally significant factor that contributes to Delhi's pollution is the local sources. The largest contributor amongst the local sources are the vehicular emissions. We have been working tirelessly towards gaining control of the high pollution and implementing measures such as increasing parking charges, making minimum use of private vehicles and maximum use of public vehicles, using generators sparingly and only for essential purposes. We have also shut down the NTPC power plant for the time being. In addition to that, we have also deployed about 150 anti-smog mobile guns. These guns are designed to spray approximately 30 to 100 liters of water per minute at the height of 150 in vaporized form for the dust to settle down. Furthermore, we have also recruited 50 special research teams through CPCB. We have been assigned to conduct research throughout major pollution hotspots in Delhi and come up with solid and permanent solutions all before 20th of February 2023. We kindly request our humble delegates to be patient and diligent. Thank you.
We now go ahead with the bill for consideration. Minister of External Affairs, please proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I have great pleasure and privilege to take up consideration of external ministry bill. This will be a milestone and a new chapter in the history of the Indian foreign policy. The bill is related to the Coco Island, which was gifted by our Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru to the democratic government of Myanmar during 1959. But from past few years, the democratic government of Myanmar has been overthrown by the military dictatorship of Myanmar. And now the island is being used by the communist government of China for violating the territorial sovereignty of India and many other South Asian countries. It has also been a threat for India, Asia, as well as the West, due to which the Republic and the democratic government of India has decided to take over the Coco Island and to re-establish the Constitution of India and to make it an inseparable territory of India. The very purpose of the bill is first to tackle China in the Indo-Pacific and establish good relations with South Asian countries, helping them to save their resources, also can serve as a helping hand for the Quad and increasing the tourism in the Indo-Pacific and improving the trade in India. The silent features of the bill are as follows. First
save its sovereignty. It's not the government which was sleeping for past 70 years. Second, by having access to the Coco Island, India can increase its military exercise, which is known as Yuddha Abhyas, on the Coco Island. Third is, it will increase the maritime boundaries of India, which will give more access to the natural resources. Fourth, to increase the trade between India and the South Asian country, and will increase the tax collection to boost the economy of the country. Fifth, it will increase the role of India in the Indian Ocean and Indo-Pacific, which will increase the importance of India in the international arena, which will increase the soft power of India. Thank you. Now, the question is that the bill is to be taken into consideration. Those who all are in favor will say yes. Yes. Those who are against will say no. No. I think that the yes have it, the yes have it, the yes have it. The motion is adopted and the House is now adjourned.